All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going? I'm Is There No One Else, and I'm on the PTS. And what I'm going to be showcasing today is the Stampede changes for the Scalebreaker DLC. Now, I didn't look at this. I had to hack the Minotaur from one of my previous videos, asked to see this. And so, like I said to you guys, if you guys have any ideas or things you want to see, and I think they're interesting, I'll post it. But I did not see the Stampede changes when I first looked at it, and so I wanted to go. So I went back and I looked at the patch notes, and yeah, here it is. Launch across the earth and smash an enemy, dealing 48-29 physical damage. This attack is always a critical strike. That's the exact same. After reaching your target, you sunder the ground beneath you, dealing 946 physical damage to all enemies in the area every 1 second for 8 seconds. So it turns out to roughly, what is that? 8k damage, roughly 9k physical damage. So it's not a bad dot. And I wanted to show the animation for you guys because it's actually pretty freaking cool. So we got it on our bar. Maelstrom 2H hasn't changed, but as I said before, guys, because of the back bar, being able to back bar 7th Legion and do the full 5 body pieces, that means we have the option to front bar 2-handers. So Maelstrom 2H, Asylum 2H, Black Rose 2H, or Agility, like I was talking about for more flat damage, are all now options for us with this type of build. But yeah, so we're going to look at this, and when we crit rush in, you actually see it's a pretty substantial AoE for a dot, guys. Like, if we crit rush here, you see like how big this is. And so when I was looking at it, I'm not going to lie, when I was looking at it the first time, I was like, okay, well, this is kind of cool. I mean, it's 8 seconds with a big dot. It's only 1,000 every second, so it's not like it's a huge dot, is it still, like, normally I haven't been running a gap closer for a while. But then I thought about it a little bit further, and I was like, this is an anti-Nightblade stealth remover. That's essentially what this is. So if you combine this with a Maelstrom dot, which is also 10,000, that this is 2,000 a second, roughly, plus the 1,000 a second, you're doing 3,000 damage per second with your crit rush dot. And on top of it, if you come in on a Nightblade and they try to cloak out right away, as Nightblades are wont to do, they have to get out of this AoE or else it's going to pull them out of stealth. And now because, gap closers no longer have a minimum distance required, you can use crit rush to keep pulling them out of stealth instead of having to back bar and pop volatile and then eventually waste your magicka because they have more magicka sustain than you do because they're Nightblades. I think that's the best way to look at it. I think you can have an interesting dot-based build with this setup, and you're really not losing much damage from the Maelstrom. I mean, Maelstrom 2H versus Agility, it's, damage to your skills versus an extra damage over time effect. It just comes down to, can you fit a gap closer on your bar, in my opinion. And the initial dot didn't really catch my interest, but this AoE is actually quite sexy. I think that's pretty damn cool. And because it's an AoE, it should be unblockable. You shouldn't be able to mitigate this damage by standing in it. So have to test that as well. But interesting change, something to consider. That's going to be the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.